If you are just starting your coaching business or thinking about starting your own coaching business, you are going to love the insider tips that I have for you today. These are some of my biggest ahas and realizations that took me years to figure out because no one's really talking about them. For you though, I'm laying them out. Before we jump right in, make sure you hit that subscribe button to be notified every week when I release a new to-the-point video on building your own online coaching business. Secret number one, the power of the second sale. When you're first starting out in your business, you're probably most concerned about making that sale, period. I remember when I was starting out, I would be so excited and grateful for every sale that came my way. And that was it. What do I mean? I would deliver the agreed upon time and support. And when our relationship was over, I would say, okay, great, thanks. And we would part ways. There is nothing wrong with that, except I realized years later that maybe some of those clients would have wanted even more continued support from me. And I was doing us both a disservice by not offering it. Think about it. If you love your time working with someone, you love the results that they've been able to help you get, now you trust them, you have that relationship with them, and there's something else that you want that they could help you with, wouldn't you want to continue getting that help, especially if you already have gotten amazing results working with them? One of my most memorable examples is during my first ever course launch. I sold a course at about $500 and the launch ended up doing about $8,000 in sales, which is not bad at all. However, after the course was done, my students had gotten such great results that about a third of them continued on to either my bigger course program or to work with me one-on-one, which ended up bringing in an additional $20,000 in sales. That's way better, right? All because of the power of the second sale. So make sure you're thinking about all the additional ways in which you can offer additional support to your clients. And remember my lesson. It's not bad. It's not being salesy. If your clients didn't want it, they would simply say no. It's actually you giving them more of what they want, especially now that they know that they can trust you to help them get real results. Secret number two, always be evolving. I remember thinking when I started my digital advertising consulting business that once I learned how to market myself and how to make sales, I would be set. I would know everything that I needed to know and it would be smooth sailing from there. I could not have been more wrong. The truth is, the online world is constantly changing. And not only that, but your audience, your market is also constantly evolving as well. It's getting more saturated, your audience is getting more skeptical, and technology and social media are constantly changing as well. Plus, your audience is evolving as your business ages. And so if you want to stay in business, you need to evolve as well. And that's not a bad thing, because if you had to do the same thing over and over, you'd probably get bored, right? So what does that mean for you in terms of a tangible takeaway that you can apply right now? Always start each day with a fresh perspective. Don't assume that what worked a year or even a month ago is going to work just as well today. Always be studying your audience and make sure to be doing market research with them every few months. Always be getting better at your own craft and at your marketing and sales skills. If you really absorb this, this will ensure that you stay in business for a long, long time to come. Expecting change, being prepared for it, and being ready to take advantage of it. For example, right now, Facebook is a great place for most coaches to find paying clients, but it won't always be like that. If you keep your eyes peeled for the next Facebook, you'll be perfectly placed to take advantage as an early mover on that next new platform. And you'll have the same advantages that the first users of Facebook ads had a few years ago when they were able to get leads for less than $1. Secret number three, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. You know how you hear so many people talking about hitting 6 figures or maybe even 7 figures in their business? That is pretty awesome no matter how you look at it. But often that's not the whole story. The beauty of an online coaching business is that you don't have to worry about other expenses that a lot of other businesses do. You don't have to worry about an office, inventory, or a massive team. And that allows you to have massive profit margins, up to sometimes 50% or even higher, depending on where you are in your business, how aggressively you're growing it, and what your goals are. That's the theory of it, at least, but that's not always the case. Now that I've been in this industry for a while, I've gotten to see behind the scenes of quite a few businesses. Some are run beautifully with amazing margins, while others, even if they're doing 7 figures, are barely driving a profit. There are a lot of factors to consider, and this video is not about that. But I do want you to be thinking about this. A sale is not the same thing as cash and the bank. And to quote Benjamin Franklin, a penny saved is a penny earned. Especially when you're starting out, and really always, focus on running a lean business and on maximizing your profits. That's why to this day, even though I now run a multiple 7-figure business, I've got 2 main team members, and that's it. Secret number 4, always be selling. My goodness, I resisted this for so many years because I would feel guilty about selling. So I would do a big launch once a year, and then I would be quiet and not make sales for the rest of the year. First of all, that is not a great business model, especially when your business doesn't need to be seasonal, which an online coaching business definitely does not. Second, if you study successful coaching businesses, or really most businesses, you'll notice that they are selling all the time. They always have some campaign or some launch going on, and even when they're not technically selling, they're still selling. They're selling their audience on their brand, their credibility, and them. And you know what? Their audience loves it. People love being sold to when it's done well, when it's useful and interesting and engaging. And that is what you should be focused on all the time. That should be your number 1 priority. Learning how to and actually selling to your audience in a way that feels good to everyone and is interesting and engaging. If you want some of my best tips on how to sell to skyrocket your coaching business, make sure you check out my video in the link description below. Now in my business, we sell every day. And you know what? My business has never been better or more profitable. And my audience has never been more engaged. You want to know why? Because we're doing it in a way that's not pushy or salesy or scammy. We're doing it in a way that's fun, interesting, engaging, and of course, useful. So those are 4 secrets of the coaching business trade that pretty much no one else will tell you. And if you love hearing about lessons learned and hard-won business experience, I've got another video for you that you are going to love. It's my tutorial on webinar marketing and 3 lessons I learned from making over $1 million in sales using webinars. Make sure you check it out if you're thinking about or are using webinars in your business. It's linked in the description below. And finally, if you want a step-by-step system for what to do to build your own 6-figure online coaching business, from idea clarity to getting your first paying clients to having a system that consistently drives 5,000, 10,000 or more every single month, make sure you check out my free masterclass on how to do just that. In the masterclass, I give you the exact system that I used to build my first ever online coaching business to 6 figures before I left my job. I'll show you how I built that online coaching business from scratch using just my job skills to over $106,000 in sales in 4 months before I turned in my notice. I have it linked in the description below, so go ahead and click there and make sure you sign up for it if you want that. If you liked this video, please let me know by liking it below and let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway was. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe for my weekly videos, share this with your entrepreneurial friends, and I will see you next time.